been on about having chickens in most of my videos, and I think that it is quite an advantage having them. Well, they get all the bugs. We haven't mowed the lawn for quite a while because they're having a good go at it. And then of course they provide meat. So I'll show you quickly. This one is a broiler. First time we have broilers. So I started out feeding them the wrong feed. I was just giving them regular growers mash, and that was no good. So they should have been slaughtered about 3 weeks ago. And now I make my own mix, and well, they're growing like crazy. They're probably picking up about 250 grams a week now. So, and they eat like machines. And then the second type of chicken we have is our Australorps. They're for dual purpose, so you can slaughter them. Big girls they are. I've got a white Australorp as well. Let's see, where is she? Oh, there's our old goat. Sorry, just quickly got to mention her. She's 8 years old. She's just a regular little farm chicken. And she was of our first batch of chickens that we got. But she's just retired. And she's living out her days here in our back garden. And then there's Stella. Stella we adopted. I've only had her for about 2 or 3 months. And well, she weighs 3.4 kilograms. She's a whopper. She's a white Australorp, and then there's another black Australorp. And then we have, where are they? There's some more broilers. See, a totally different looking bird. And then over here we have our little bantams. So these are my girls' chickens. They originally got them so that we can use them as incubators, really, for the quail. And these ones are called silkies, and this is a cook silkie. This is a little rooster. He hasn't started crowing yet, and sadly, if he does start crowing, he's going to have to find a new home, because in the suburbs crowing is just not allowed, and even if I love them to tears, I can't bear it. And then these are little white silkies. They are so cute. And we have also got a show girl. There she is. Look at her. Isn't she something? Look at that. She's just precious. That dew is something else. And then my daughter, for her birthday, requested to get chicks. So here we have the tiny little things. I'll show you a video of them in the vegetable garden, because their rakes are a lot smaller than the others, and I'll show you the damage that they did in a few seconds. The big one big one. Yeah, so they are for eggs. That's what we've got them for. They would lay quite reliably. Not those ones, the Australorps. And so these girls are breeding for retirement. They are about 3 or 4 years old now, so they're not laying as much as they used to. They would lay even during the winter. I'd probably buy per year maybe 1 tray of eggs. This year I bought more than 1 tray, probably 3 trays. So it's time. That's why we have got the little Australorps here. So they're 2 weeks old. They will probably lay in about 6 months' time. So in December we'll start getting eggs from them. They don't go broody too often, which is okay. That was the problem with our little barn chicken over there. Her and her whole flock used to lay a few eggs, and then they would want to go broody, and then they'd lay a few eggs, and then they'd go broody. So that is a bit of a pain. Let's go have a look at the 2 coops that I've had. This is now this is for the Australorps. So this one is for the Australorps. This is the second one I've built. It is already on in years, and I thought about it, designed it myself, and I just thought, I want something that's going to be easy to clean. It was just difficult to clean and to get into, and once we got chicken mites, and they were very difficult to get rid of in this coop. let's go have a look what it looks like inside. The platform is a bit high, so then I had to put in a ladder, and this is, I've just moved it because I'm going to clean, and then I'll show you how easy it is to clean. Yeah, so this thing, it's a little ramp for them to go up and down. It's probably just over a meter off the ground. It's too high. If I had longer boards, then it would have been lower to the ground, and then they wouldn't have needed to have the ladder and the ramp, which takes up a bit of space. I'm going to clean. Then for nesting boxes, I just use these boxes, because if we do get any bugs, then I can just burn the box and I don't have to feel too concerned about it. And then yeah, so I'm going to show you quickly. I'm going to clean this because this is just disastrous. Should have been cleaned long ago, and I'll show you how easy it is to clean it. Okay, so I just take all these things are loose, so I'll move them. This just keeps the wood shavings from coming off. I use this on top of the cardboard box, otherwise they would pip it to pieces. And move the box out the way, and then sort of shovel everything into the wheelbarrow. Okay, so now I've cleaned out the old stuff into the wheelbarrow, ready for the compost heap. And now I get these bags. They're quite big. This one's almost done, of wood shavings. It's 25 Rand for a bag. Down here in off Butterfield Road. And I'll give it a good layer. Spread it out. Put the nesting box back in. Sometimes I have two nesting boxes, but they prefer one. They like to actually have one. The second one is always the second choice, second option. They're not always happy with that one. So we have that. And then I'll put this plastic thing back on. First I'm going to put some wood shavings on the top, like that. And then put this on, and there we go. You also notice here's their perch, so at night they'll sleep on that. They perch on that. They like to be up high for nesting, or roosting, not nesting, for roosting. And there we go. Done. I've cleaned the chicken coop. So that makes it much easier than with the A-frame coop that I used to have. Okay, we'll have a look at the Bantam's coop in a minute. So this coop we built over lockdown, on the first week of South Africa's lockdown. And this one is for the Bantams. It's a very basic coop, this one, but it works quite well. I'm going to show you inside. Okay, so as you can see, there's not really much to this one. Just corrugated sheetings on the side, all over with a little A-frame, and it's really just to protect them from the wind. So we either have a easterly wind or a westerly wind, so either way they're going to be protected. And then there's a nesting box for them. They're not laying yet, so this also makes it quite easy. Oh, look at that. Oh dear. Oops. Look, one of the Australorps laid in here. Shame, she must have been quite desperate, because that coop was just so filthy. I hadn't gotten around to cleaning it yet. So she made herself a little nest inside that box. But this is why we have the Australorps, for their eggs. So the plan is to build another perch, which is more sheltered for when the wind and rain comes, and the nesting box can then just go in the corner. Also just a cardboard box from my husband's work. Any bugs get in there, we just burn them out. And that's that. This is very simple, works really well. Nothing too complicated as far as the housing of chickens go. So I'll show you how I clean this coop out. It's really not that difficult at all either. The bench is loose, so just push that out, remove the cardboard box, and don't want to take too much of the soil with. The only problem I think which would be here is that every time I rake it, the level's going to go lower and lower. So one would possibly just throw in some extra soil, bush soil, or maybe some compost, and just to keep the level up. And that's it. That's as simple as that. I mean, that one is even more simple than the other one. Okay, so this is what we feed our chickens. See, there's a little bit of a variety going here. This is grower's mash. You can see it's quite fine. It's not actually as fine as I would have liked it because there are quite big pieces in here, but this is now for the chicks. So they'll be on this until they, just before they start laying. It doesn't have any calcium in it. And that if you start giving them calcium too early, then you can cause damage to the internal organs of some sort. So that's why they will have this until they, just before they start laying, when they pull it. Now this is what I give to my broilers. Previously I was just giving them this and thought they would grow just as fast as they say online and in the book and everything, but that is not the case. For broilers, they need a lot more protein, and if you buy the commercial feed, then it has got hormones in it. So I found this online. It's a sort of a recipe for startup farmers, and well, I just sort of went with it, but not completely. So what have we got in here is there seems to be, there's some sorghum, there's crushed up mealies, and there's yellow peas. Where are they gone? Here we go. This is to help with the protein. There's some oats, and what else is there? Oh, I've also got linseed. There they are. And this is safflower. Where's it gone now? Yeah, wheat. There's some wheat. And then this one, I didn't know what. I thought I'm just getting some kind of sunflower, but it's safflower, which has also got a very high oil content for them. So on this, they have been growing almost, I'd say, about 250 grams a week, which is what you wanted. Then I learned that if you soak it overnight, this has actually been soaked for 24 hours, then you can add an additional 25% to the nutritional value. Seems to unlock some things which their digestive system ordinarily wouldn't get if it was the dry stuff. If you keep it for a little bit longer, well, this one's already starting to germinate, then it releases even more nutrients. So, but I don't really bother with that. I think it started to germinate these things now because it's just so unusually hot. Today I think we've had between 27 and 30 degrees, and yesterday. And then this is not ordinarily the food that I would give the girls, the layers, my Australorps. Normally they would just get the pellets. But every now and then they just get so bored with eating those pellets. Most of the time they love it. So then I just got the chicken number 2, which has got some sorghum, crushed up wheat, and then there's also a few sunflower seeds in it. So I just sort of mix it up just to vary it a bit. We also do give them leftover bread, and they're scratching the compost heap. That helps. They eat mainly grass. They actually mainly eat grass, which is what I want, because that improves the nutritional value of their eggs. So the bulk of their meal is the grass, and then the rest of it. So you'll see now how much we give them in the morning, and then in the evening we will give them, Here we go. We just give them. So the bantams, they get a little less. They get just about 1 scoop, and then the Australorps will get 3 scoops. And the scoop is about, well, that's 120 mils. Sometimes we heap it, but that's it. Yeah. So this is sort of just a filler, and then they will eat off the compost heap, and they'll eat the bulk of it will be the grass. Then if there's fruit and vegetables, fruit that has fallen off the fruit trees, they'll eat that. They eat the lizards and worms and all those kind of things. So let's go and see how they enjoy their food. Here's my daughter Kath, and they love their food. I think we're first going to go and feed the big girls, and then we'll feed the broilers. It's quite a bit of a circus because it's just sort of like a big free-for-all. You'll find that the bantams, there they are, they're a bit more reserved. They know they were going to get beaten up by the broilers, by the Australorps, so they wait patiently outside. But these hungry little guys, well, they are something else. They will eat, they will get beaten up, they don't care. They will come in here with the others, the Australorps. So let me just quickly help her here, just to get them out the way. No, you don't. Oh, one has got back in again. Check them out. Now we're feeding these hungry little monsters. Can you see the difference in how they eat? These are the broilers. They are just permanently hungry. Chicken. They eat so fast that they almost choke. When they were chicks, we got such a fright because you watch them and they do this. Look at this one. Watch them how they look like the food's getting stuck in their throats. They're so funny. Look at that. Oh, they love their food. So that is the broilers. They should be ready to slaughter in about 2 weeks' time. And then last but not least, our little fluffy teddy bears. They are so cute. Look at that. Little ladies. Yes, we do have one guy. But the difference in eating style, they're enjoying their food, but it's not this crazy gulping down session like with those broilers. They are just something else. And that's it. That's a feeding. We do this in the morning and in the evening. Yeah, so I hope that this video helps to show you that it's really not difficult to look after chickens. They are such a joy. They are so easy to look after. They've got such personality, and I just want to inspire you to have a couple of chickens in the backyard, even if it's 2 or 3. They're really so easy to look after, and it's not that expensive to feed. If you're going to buy your chicken feed from the supermarket, then it is going to be expensive, but I'd recommend getting it from the co-op. You can buy a 40-kilogram bag of chicken food. The layers pellets is about 350 rand. So that lasts probably almost 2 months. And yeah, so we've got six girls, 7 actually, 7 girls that eat from that, and it's really so easy and such a delight. So think about it, build a little coop, have some chickens in the back garden.